Are we doing the right thing?
David, I would say no. If you see the way these trucks are moving, you realize immediately that there's something wrong. Elsewhere, what you need to do before you carry timber logs is that you should have a strong headboard between the front of the vehicle and then the logs, so that in case you brakes and then the timber shift, the passengers, the driver in front of the vehicle will not die. So there should be that headboard in between the front of the vehicle and the logs, so that in case you brake and there is a shift in the logs, it will not kill those in the front of
So
the
the headlock is
vehicles.
actually that if something should happen, because for example, I mentioned a movie, Final Destination, and I shared portions of that movie with you yesterday.
Yes.
And in that movie, you realize that one of the chains, to a tipper truck carrying timber,
Yes.
broken.
Yes.
The timber locks fell off the truck, hit the streets, and because the truck was moving and the chains broke and the timber fell on the street, the timber was itself moving.
Yes.
And it ran through a vehicle,
Exactly.
taking somebody's head away.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is that headlock you're talking about, if
Yes.
it's there,
Yes.
whatever happens, it cannot penetrate
Exactly.
and get through the head
Exactly.
of the truck
Yes.
to even kill somebody.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So that's the first one. And there's also supposed to be a metal sticks, vertical one at the sides.
Metal?
Yes.
Okay, so
At
if I'm getting what you're saying right, Prof, indulge me. Aside from the headboard you talk about,
Yes.
on both sides of the truck,
Exactly.
the tipper truck that is carrying the locks or
Yes.
the timber,
Yes.
we're supposed to have some
Metal
sticks.
sticks. Yes.
That is on both sides.
On both
so that
sides.
the timber is in the middle of the truck.
Exactly.
But on this side we have the metal lock.
Exactly.
Thing you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
So that the logs will not roll to the sides and then harm or kill people.
What I've realized in our situation, forgive me, Prof. What I've realized in our situation is that when we look at the tipper trucks that we have, they have some small kind of edge. I don't know whether you've seen it.
Yeah.
Some edge.
Yeah.
On the side of the truck.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable? Is that
I
enough?
think that cannot protect the logs on the truck in case the vehicle is going through rough road, is potholes
speed
and all
humps.
those. Yes, there's also supposed to be this metal chains to keep the logs together. But you see, we don't know where these are bought, where they are manufactured, the strength, and every material has a limit at which it can stand or break, right? Yes. So it's supposed to be a process. The headboards, the metal sticks, and then the chains. And even with that, you see the trailer is also a metal. Yes. And if you put a log on it, it can just slide. So you are also supposed to have a friction mat on it to also keep it from sliding. Right. But it's just like what we do here, just have that small chain on the truck to keep it, and mostly it doesn't
you are an expert in this field. Would you say, per our laws, the things that you have enumerated, the things that you've shared with us this morning, per our laws that would govern what they do on our roads, carrying the logs, the things that you have raised, the headboards, the metal sticks, the chains, and then that material, the friction material.
Yes.
Is that what our law says they should have?
I haven't seen that in our laws, but if you go to Europe, for instance, they have an European standard for carrying logs.
But commonsensically, we should have a similar thing here.
Yes, we should make sure.
Why do you think that we don't have it? Is it to suggest that we don't know about the dangers these vehicles pose on our roads? Is it to say that we don't know about the safety standards that are practiced elsewhere, or we simply do not care?
David, we know it kills people every day, and so we are aware of this. For standards, I think we're not very good at developing standards. laws we have, but when it comes to these standards, we use either European standards or British standards or American standards. So that's what's happening. I haven't seen any standard for keeping these laws belonging to Ghana as we speak.
Unfortunately, we're not adhering to some very basic safety standards.
Yes.
And you've at least this morning mentioned 4.
Yes.
The headboard, the side metal sticks.
Yes.
The friction material.
Yes.
And then the chains.
Yes.
The chains are the ones that I see as used often.
Yes.
But the other 3, I've never ever seen any such here in Ghana. Let's put that aside. Again, as somebody who understands the issue of transportation and understands the issues of road use or road usage, looking at these tipper trucks that cut these logs, are they themselves, the vehicles themselves, in the right shape?
Yeah, David, per the laws, you're supposed to send your vehicle to these private garages where they test the vehicles for them to determine whether it is roadworthy. But I don't know. For me, I've never visited any of those garages and seen a tipper truck being there. They've brought it there for testing. I've never seen something like that.
Is it to suggest that it is not tested, or maybe the testing officers go to the timber firms?
I cannot say whether they have roadworthy certificates or not. But for any vehicle to get a roadworthy certificate, you're supposed to send it to the center for testing. But what I'm saying is that I have never seen a timber truck. Even articulator trucks, you don't see them. But I'm sure they have this roadworthy certificate.
So for you, again, you're not satisfied with the state?
No, the state of these vehicles, immediately you see them. Even without any technical eye, you can see that there is something wrong.
So if without a technical eye, you can still tell that there's something wrong. My next question would therefore be, let's say, for example, that they have not even gone for testing to be given the roadworthy certificate and all that. But we have police officers on our streets, the MTTD officers on our streets. And if you're saying that from a cursory view, you can tell that these cars are not supposed to be roadworthy.
Yeah.
Because you see them and almost they're not straight, they're tilted.
Yeah.
No windscreens. Yeah. The vehicle itself is mangled somewhat, crashed somewhat from the front. I know that when they go to the bush, Leo would be telling us much more about operations in the bush when they go to fell the timber and to carry it to the towns and all that. They go through so many things. So I heard windscreen, traffic lights are not working and all that. Can't our police officers on our roads just taking a casual look at these vehicles, say that, listen, you are not supposed to be on our roads and therefore we are impounding the vehicle until the right thing is done?
Yes, David, this should be done. I mean, it's in our laws. If the vehicle don't have a roadworthy certificate, it's not supposed to move. But mostly, the police, they concentrate on truck drivers, taxi
That's why
drivers,
they get the 5 cities, 10
private
cities and all that.
vehicles and all those. I mean, the law should be applied equally among all categories of road users, whether it's a truck, whether it's a car, whether it's a truck vehicle or what, whether it's a V8, where they don't even go there. Yes, it should apply equally to all the categories of road users.
As a nation, Prof, haven't we learned anything from the accident